Yo, what's up, guys? I'm going to be going over some stocks that I believe have a realistic chance of doubling in stock price, like over the next 1 to 2 years. And I'm basically saying these stocks should return 50% a year. And that is, quite a bold claim. So let me just start out this video saying this isn't financial advice. I'm definitely not an expert. Don't listen to me. This is all just my opinion. But I'm going to show you the real reasons why I think INOD right here, Innodata, this stock could easily double within the next 1 to 2 years right here. Some of these stocks I do own, like this stock right here I own, but some of these stocks I don't own, and I'm highly considering buying them. So check this out right here. This is InnoData right here. They have a $1.27 billion market cap. So think about that. This is a very small company right here. So they're worth $1.25 billion. And let me show you here's why I think the stock can double. Look at this insane growth. I almost don't believe it. The sales are up 161% year over year, literally to a new record. I mean, it just hits a record every quarter. We can also look at the agility revenue. That's up 25%. That's a smaller segment of business, but it's cool to see that both of their main segments of revenue are growing. This is also technically debt-free company. They have no net debt. Look at this. They grew their assets and the liabilities. Like, look at the asset to liability ratio. That's kind of the orange number at the bottom there. Last year was 57%. Now it's 44% while growing their assets. It's so impressive. So the revenue's at a new record. And look at also the net income. This company's now making net income every quarter. This company used to lose a couple million every quarter, but now with this incredible growth, look at that, 10 million in the most recent quarter, 17 million the quarter before. Here's a few key metrics I like to look at. Gross margins up 9%. Look at the operating margin. This is insane. It's up to 14%. The EBITDA margin is 14%. The net margin is now a 16% EBITDA margin, obviously. So everything about this company is really growing. The ROE, the return on invested capital, so free cash flow to sales. Anyway, Innodata is one that I realistically think can double in stock price. And this is the company that kind of fuels the Magnificent Seven. I'm just going to spend the next 30 seconds showing you a quick slide from their investor presentation. Then we'll look at the next stock. All right, so here's Innodata's most recent investor presentation. So this is positioned as the picks and shovels beneficiary of the AI and Gen AI race. So they actually have contracts with 5 of the Magnificent Seven. So the only 2 that aren't is Tesla and Apple. But this is incredible growth that we're seeing for this company. Usually companies that are growing like crazy will just keep on growing. So anyway, these are kind of some of their partners and stuff like that. But anyway, you can kind of pause through and read through the slides here. I mean, the growth of their TAM is growing at 42% CAGR. I mean, this is why I think, by 2030, this could be a multi-bagger. I mean, again, not financial advice here. And these kind of companies, you don't want to have a lot of your portfolio in them. All right, guys. So this next stock right here is another one you've probably never heard of before. If you look in the top right, it's a $1.4 billion company. These are the companies I like to buy when they have like a $1 to $2 billion market cap. And this one's already seen a lot of stock price appreciation recently, and they absolutely deserve it. I mean, I think this company is undervalued. Actually, I do own this company. Let me show you my position in this company. So yeah, this is ticker symbol Dave. They're a fintech right here. And look at the stock price. This is a $104 stock price. And check out the EPS. They made $1 in the most recent quarter, which is basically 1% of the entire company. I mean, actually, this is incredible net income growth. I mean, they used to lose money every quarter, but most impressively is the free cash flow growth. It is $3 in the most recent quarter. So that's basically 3% of the entire company they made just in free cash flow or operating cash flow. Look at this right here. I mean, this is what's so impressive. 41 million in the most recent quarter. They invested 26 million back in the company. I mean, this is another company that I believe has the potential to 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 double and triple. I mean, look at the sales growth. I mean, it literally just hits a new record every quarter. This is a kind of payment processor. They collect a lot of high margin fees and stuff like that. And I love to see that. This is real net income that they're making. So this one is another one that I do own, so I might be a little biased on them. But they're in that market cap territory where it's so easy for the stock to double. One stock that I kind of saw this coming, I actually bought this company right here at a $900 million market cap. And here's what people call me crazy at the time. I literally bought this stock when it was pretty much at an all-time high. And these stocks usually just keep on hitting new all-time highs. So I kind of expect like Dave, Innodata to kind of follow the same price action where they're at an all-time high, but they just keep on hitting new all-time highs. This is another one I'm not going to really go over them. This is a $2.3 billion company, but When I bought them, they were a $900 million company, and now they're making an incredible amount of net income. They have no net debt. They have 400 million of cash. So yeah. All right. So for this next stock here, I really judge a company by the fundamentals and the financials. And this is another stock that I bought when it was at an all-time high. I mean, we scroll out on the weekly chart here. The stock really is at an all-time high, and this is a $3 billion company. They're not that big of a market cap. They're worth 3 billion. But here's what blows me away. You guys won't believe this. It's their balance sheet. They have no debt whatsoever. Record amount of cash, $500 million of cash. Remember, $3 billion market cap. So they're at like 15, 20% cash. And look at the total debt. Like I said, they have literally no debt whatsoever. Here's their diluted normalized EPS. It literally was a record in the most recent quarter. They had a one-time adjustment here. I'll show you this right here. If we go to their net income right here, this quarter right here, they had like the lawsuit or payout or whatever, but that was a one-time adjustment. Anyway, they literally had a record quarter. The sales are up 28% year over year. So I just like looking for companies with small market caps that are profitable with no debt and immaculately growing their fundamentals. I mean, look at this balance sheet growth. I mean, this company deserves the hype. Same with their CFO. Oops, their cash from operations. I mean, literally at a new record. So that's one that I really like. And another stock that believe it or not, I really think this company can double. I think this can go back to $200 within the next couple years here. Again, nothing in this is financial advice. I'm not an expert. And I do own this one, so I might be a little biased, but they just reported earnings. Actually, this app right here doesn't have the most recent earnings. So we're going to go over here to this Moomoo app right here. If you want to get this app right here, it's the first link in the description. If you deposit $100, we'll both get some free stocks, which is pretty cool. But look at Reddit right here. They have a 90% gross margin. These are their key indicators. This is what's cool about this app right here. So look at their operating margin. They're finally profitable now for 2025 Q1, 2% operating profit or operating margin. Look at their net margin. It was an 8%. The EBITDA margin. The fact that it's finally positive now is a great sign, and they should just continue to keep on being, net income positive, and that's shown in the analyst expectations. So look at the sales growth. I mean, forget that the name is Reddit. The sales are up 61% year over year for any company. That's so impressive. And also, they made in the most recent quarter 26 million of net income. That $500 million loss was like an IPO lockup thing, so don't worry about that right there. That was a one-time adjustment as well. But anyway, this is a great profitable company now that, I don't know how Reddit makes money. I believe I just read an article. Reddit makes $5 per US user every quarter. So that's kind of like a pretty cool metric about them. All right, guys. So for this last stock here, I've recently been buying the dip on this company. I didn't time them too good. I am down on my position right now. But let me show you what's so impressive about this stock right here. This is ticker symbol CALM. Look in the top right. They have a $4.5 billion market cap. And look at the forward PE ratio. This company trades at 4 times net income, and that's because they sell a commodity. They sell literally eggs. They have a 20% market share for chicken eggs in the US. And look at the middle of the screen here, the dividend yield. This is what's so impressive. They have a 7.25% dividend yield. You won't believe this. I really appreciate you being here. I can't wait to share this with you. They made 500 million of net income in the most recent quarter, which was real. But let's just go with they make 200 million a quarter. Let's just say they make 200 million a quarter. Let's go see how much their 7% dividend cost. Only 73 million. Yeah. So look at that. They actually rose their dividend. They actually changed their dividend pretty much whatever they make. So look in the most recent quarter, $3.50. And look, the stock price is $92. So you literally got 3% of your money back just in the most recent quarter in a qualified dividend. And for me, qualified dividends are tax-free since I make under $60,000. So I just got 3% of my money back in tax-free money. Thank you, Carmen, and thank you so much for being here. My name's Nathan Robert. Please check out these videos up here if you did enjoy. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night or day. See you later.